Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial. Today we will continue to work on our Steam multiplayer tutorial. So here's what I got. Let me open up my game. Here it is, and yeah, I also opened this on my second PC. So what I do now is I create a lobby, and here are my online friends, and Project W is the one that plays the same game, so I will invite him, and let's click on invite then. So on my second PC I received a notification. So I click on this and you can see here player in lobby. However, I failed to bring over the name of the player who is in the lobby. So this will be something for the next video. And yeah, however, now we're in a lobby together. So here we created a new session and the other player joined to it. So if I click now on this button here, you can see I travel to the third person, and there is my other PC, so I can walk with him also. So very simple. And yeah, I got some bugs here and I didn't manage to fix them the whole day, so I just decided to show you how far I have gone and what you need to do to get this done. And yeah, in the next video we will work on some fixes for this. So yeah, let's get started. So open up your launcher and go ahead and open your project. Or before we do this, make a right click and show the folder. And again go to intermediate and then to source and delete here the source file. So this is mostly helping a lot of people to actually package the project. So I just do this every time. So yeah, let's go. So here we are. Open up your main menu. And here on the use LAN and use Steam, in the last video I did a mistake and yeah, I already fixed this, so make sure you have it like I do here. So this checkbox here is use Steam and use LAN should be false LAN, and this one is use LAN and then LAN is true. So yeah, this is something that should make the whole logic a bit better, but anyway, LAN is still not working and I will try to fix this in the next video. So let's now work on the next part. So for this we first fix our find server here. So make this visible again. You can see here it's not correctly displayed, so wrap this with an overlay here, which will be full screen, and find server should be full screen there too. Inside this overlay we want to have the same image as in the create server. So this one here with the content, we copy this and we paste this into our overlay. So then we can give this here a padding of 415, our overlay. And then we can wrap our find server again with another overlay, which gets this 100, which gets no padding here, but it will get our two images here. So copy them and put this into this, and then take those two and make this at the top of them. So like this here. Then make the find server full screen. Let's see, why is this? Oh, okay, here this one needs to be top two. So now we have here our two images and the background. So for the find server we can now add padding of 100 like this, on the left 15. For the find all server we wrap this with a size box and we give this a height override of 75, I think. Yep. And here the vertical box, the horizontal box, this one here, let's wrap this with a size box too, height override of 125, and let's make this into the middle. No. Let's make this to the side, and let's get the horizontal box and make this into the middle, like this. So very easy. So here we are with the fixing for this, so you can now just close this again and close this and just hide this one. And let's get here into our left box and copy this over here, this one, and paste it again. So we create here a new button called create lobby, like this. And for the onClicked, just make an onClicked event, and let's work on this one. Yeah, and before we make this actual onClicked, let's create here another overlay. So let's make them all down, close them down here. And for this, yeah, let's create a new overlay. Or let's create a new one. So into this one, here's our new overlay, will be full screen. On the left side, 415. Let's put in a size box. And into the size box, we want to create a vertical box. And before we continue, let's just add the padding here of 115 on the left. In this vertical box, we will give in another vertical box, which will be our friend list content. So into this one, we will just drop our horizontal box with a name, so like this. And let's just get a text. This one will be friend list. Just make this black and compile and save this one. And then we actually need to add another box to it, and we will make a scroll box of it. So underneath the text we want, underneath the horizontal box we want a scroll box. And under this we want a button. So put it like this order here. And this button can get a text too. Something like invite, and compile and save. So then you should make sure that your scroll box is a variable like this, and we can go into the graph. So the first thing we want to do here is get our player controller, and we want to get and store the friend list like we did in another, again get and store friend list like this. So now here's only one pin, and from the success or from the result we want to make a for each loop, and on success we want to create a widget which will be added to our scroll box. But before, we will break here the friend info, and we break the presence info. So we want only to have players who are online. You could also just use player who playing this game, but I will just use online so we can see a result at all. And from this one, so if this is true, we create a widget here. And from this widget we will add a child. So before we continue here, let's create this widget. So I would just friend info, call this, and open this up. Let's make this custom here with 800. Delete the canvas, and let's get an overlay. Let's get border. Let's make this full screen and black and half colored. And let's add text to it. And let's also add in checkbox to it. But let's wrap this with an horizontal box here. So this is in line, like this. Full screen and middle, like this. So we can now click here on the checkbox and make on check state changed. So if this is true, so make an if branch, if true, we want to do something. So here actually we need first a reference to our main menu widget. So get main menu ref, and this one will be our main menu. And here we go into a problem with the naming. So main menu is also a normal object. So to fix this, I just go here to this part and call this main menu 2. So now if you search here for main menu 2, you have this widget icon here and not the object icon. So yeah, this works better. So we pull this in, and all we have to do is getting a variable, which we will create now. So go to the main menu and create a variable called friends. Sorry, friends like this. And this one will be pp friend info. And yeah, this can be an array like this. Also, you can select here our friend info class, and inside friend info on the main menu ref, make sure you have instance editable and expose on spawn. And here we want to get our friend now, and we want to add to it. So on true, we add here the friend data, and this one will be just pp, or let's just call this data, and the type will be friend info like this. Also expose on spawn instable, and get the data, and from the data we want to break. And I did a mistake here with the friends. This one should be unique net ID. So change this to unique net ID, compile and save, and do again the add, delete this one. And here from the data we want to add unique net ID to this list of unique net IDs. So very simple, compile and save. And now in our main menu 2, we can add here our friend data, which is coming from them there, and main menu ref will be self, like this. Then we will search here for our scroll box 1, and we add a child to it. Very simple. And save. So what we can do now is testing this as standalone. So here's the game. If I click here, and we have here a lot of text boxes, and actually we just do this now. So go here into the designer of the friend info, click on the text box, click on create binding, and let's get the data, and let's break it here, and let's get the display name, and compile and save. Very simple. And let's also add here to an overlay divisibility to collapsed, so we can't see this. And if we click here on our button, we want our overlay. Let's see. This one will be overlay find server, and this one will be overlay lobby, and this should be variable, and it should be variable. So first let's go here to the top to this one, and we want to override find server with overlay find server and find server with overlay find server. And then we want under overlay find server, this one here, we want to set this to visible, and this one to collapsed. Very simple. And then we copy, let's actually copy here this one and this one, and paste it here. So when we click on the lobby button, Then we want the find server and the create server to be collapsed. And we want our lobby to set to visibility, to visible. So let's make this an editor view so we can test this fast. So create server, this. Yeah, and this is working. So very simple. The next thing we want to do is also just showing how I work with the lobby. So actually when we create a lobby, we want to create session 2 so other one can join. So what we do here from our loop is we create an advanced session and we add the player controller to it and we create this default game. So make both here 100. And yeah, actually nothing to do anymore, so we're just creating a session inside our main menu. So this allows us to actually join the server. So what we will do now, because we have our session created, we will send an invite. So we click here on this button and open the on clicked. And what we do is send session invite to friends. Make sure to have the friends node here. And the controller inviting is the player controller, so myself. And friends that will be invited will be here, the friends list. So compile and save like this. And on the success, yeah, from there I made a lot of functions to actually get this list of players done. But yeah, this doesn't work for me, so we will do this part here in the next video after we fix the LAN. So for now we will just invite friends and we will not see if they accept it or not. And actually what we do now to have our friends connected to the game is first open our project settings. So go to edit project settings and under maps and votes we have here the default one, which we will set to main game mode, and our game instance, which we will set to advanced friends game instance, which helps us to work with the Steam multiplayer advanced plugin. Next up, we create a player controller class. So just call a new player controller or something like this. And inside this one, we go to event graph, delete here everything, and under class settings we add an interface, which is advanced friends interface. And if we compile then and save, we can access the events on session accepted. So here everything goes from the controller that receives the invite. So what we do here is just join session, very simple. And the search result is the joining session. The player controller is, yeah, the self one. And what we can do here is just print string, but yeah, we don't really need this. So that's it for the receiving player. And what we want to do now is that we are here and we invited our player, they accepted, and then we want to travel to a new level. So for this, let me just create a new button inside this vertical box here. And I will just call it start game. So we are starting the game here with all the players connected to our current session or current lobby. And this should be very simple too. We just go here for the open level. And of course, this one can also be just copied here from top, because we did this once there. And we just connect this together. So yeah, compile and save this. And actually, we are finished. And yeah, this took a lot of time, and I'm very sorry that we have so much bugs now. But yeah, I have now 2 weeks vacation, and I will work in this 2 weeks a lot on bug fixes and other things. So in 2 weeks, I hope I can show you some better things. And I will also yeah, add here some more options to the create server, like passwords and all this stuff. And yeah, hopefully this will work then. So before I stop the video, let's actually package the project. So let's go here, Windows 64, just create a new folder called export, and I will export it to it. Let's see the output log here. I will pause. So I went through the packaging, and yeah, everything worked good. Maybe one thing I should notice before, as you can see here, the world setting for our main menu, we also should set the world settings for the example map, which should be the third person game mode. So do this, and then go to project settings, and under maps and under packaging, we don't need to have a full rebuild now. And now if you package the project, it should be, oops, a bit faster. So click on export again and package this one. So I finished again and also copied my project over to my PC, and so I open this here now. Let's create the lobby, and actually let's click here on project W. Let's invite him, and yeah, I received an invite on my second PC, so I accept now. And now let's start the game, and there he spawns. So yeah, this is working, and actually it's better working than I expected. And yeah, in the next video we will continue to start working on bug fixes for LAN, for the names there in the lobby, and maybe also kicking someone out of the lobby and such stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.